Hey guys, welcome to my first proper video. Today we are working on Tiny Glade. So I am making a outpost that I kind of started from a random daily challenge in Tiny Glade. Um, yeah, Tiny Glade is this really adorable kind of diorama building game. Yeah, so basically I kind of spent the first little bit of it, checking out the surrounds, playing around a little bit, kind of figuring out what I wanted to do with the tower. I love the dogs, by the way, they're so cute. And the sheep, I go back to that a lot. Yeah, I'm just kind of having a feel for the tower. I kind of thought that the pond was a cool thing to work with, and then I started building off this side part here because I thought maybe that would like an outhouse, kind of like a sticky out servant area kind of idea. And then I joined them together. And then I thought, how do I do that? So I played around a little bit trying to figure out how on earth it's got that brick bottom and then the kind of buildingy wall top. Yeah, so just kind of figuring out how all things work, and then I discovered that you can actually change the pattern of things, not just the color too. So I thought that was quite cool. So I played around with that until I found something I liked, which I think is about here. So this kind of color palette. Try and kept that for the entire game. I love green, so I wanted to bring that in. Of course. Yeah, I'm playing around here, making sure it's all colored and pretty. And then this is about where I was like, oh, I could do 4 of these. And so it's kind of inspired by another diorama I made with a bunch of bridges. So I was like, how does one do bridges? And then I figured it out. Yeah. This is sped up, so this of course did not take me nearly this fast figuring out this, but I was quite proud of myself when I got it. I was like, this is really cool. I love the castle wall kind of vibe. And then I went, I should put some greenery down there. But yeah, so it's kind of making plans a bit here with just one pathway at the start. And then just kind of decorating the first tower, kind of seeing what I wanted to do with it. Yeah, I like the proc gen of this game quite a lot. It's quite fun to see what the game kind of decides to do, depending on where I put things. Yeah, I like this kind of like thermostat. Thermostat window. That's what I call it in my brain. But yeah, I made sure that the color palette is looking good, super nice, very cohesive. I spent a lot of this build decorating, which you can see right now, and being very indecisive of colors, being like, do I want green? No. I use these flags quite a bit. They're quite fun. So we come back to that quite a lot. I spent so long figuring out the patterns and stuff, and to be honest, still to this day, I don't really understand how you can get the same. I feel like I'm scrolling forever and it just doesn't pop up with the matching one on either side. I don't know what is up with that. I don't know what, but yeah, it's kind of figuring out how these work together and seeing what I can do there. Yeah, I spent a lot of time pretty much just pattern things. Yeah, this game's really pretty. The sounds in it are really nice as well, which I love. Yeah, and the animations, even at this speed, they look really nice. Yeah, it's a lovely game, and I'm really happy that I went out on my way to grab it. Yeah, it's a very relaxing game that I play when I feel like I need to just kind of be creative for a little while. And this is about where I started to think, how do I redo this again? Kind of looking at it, looking at the color palette, being like, do I like this? Is this what I'm going for? Yes, maybe. And then adding more. These walls looked quite barren, and I'm just realizing that that's off-centered. Oh, how annoying. Okay, this is about where I started to think about putting balconies around and creating a bit of texture and stuff on the walls. This is also where I figured out that you could do that and not have the pillars and columns sticking it down to the ground. I was very thrilled that I figured this out. I was so happy. Loved that for me. I was really happy about that. Of course, more banners. More the merrier. I probably used way too many in this build, but whatever. It was a vibe. It looks really good. We're running with it. I love the sound effects when the lights pop on. It's one of my favorite things. It sounds really nice. Yeah, then I started kind of terraforming around a little bit with some trees. This is the old kind of biome, I suppose. This is when I started playing around with other building sizes. So I don't think I planned to have a 4-tower outpost here. So this is where I was trying to figure out how on earth I copy the other building. It took me a while, but I think the pivotal moment was that balcony. I realized, oh, wait a minute. I know what's going on here. It took me so long to figure out how on earth this thing works. It took me way too long. And then I was like, I don't get it. It looks weird. What's going on? Here I'm just trying to match the roof because I've kind of slightly given up on the whole joint building but not joint building kind of thing. I get there. It's round about here that it clicks and I realize what's going on. And so close. So close. It's starting to click in. There we go. Now I figured out what it is. Yeah, so I took a little break here, and then I was like, I really want to do a 4. So I started getting rid of what I did earlier, and then kind of mapping out how I want this 4-pillar outpost to work. So I kind of started building the other buildings. I wanted to match the like longer building that I just made. Yeah, so I wanted to mirror it over and have it turned a different way so that it joins up to the original tower in the same orientation. But yeah, once I kind of figured that out, it was super easy to map the other ones out. Yeah, so that's when I started to really explore a lot of the decorations, but here I wanted to match the original tower on the last one so that they kind of diagonally matched each other. Yeah. So this took me a little bit to figure out how I wanted to place the towers because I was just kind of free balling it here. I didn't actually measure anything, and then I realized it was off-centered, so I needed to fix that. Classic ADHD moment. I got distracted, so I saw something else to fix and decided to fix that. Here's when I discovered that these were not aligned at all. So I had to keep adjusting the towers, which was really annoying. And then I also discovered the limits of the bridges too. They have a length limit, and I discovered that quite early on. But I mean, I feel like it turned out quite nice in the end, and it's kind of, I like it that it's a little bit more organic and less perfect. Same goes with the height of the buildings. Looking at it now, I realize that the 4th building, the 4th tower I made, is really tall. For no reason. I didn't realize that. It's kind of funny looking back at it now. Yeah, here's about where I discovered. I was like, ooh, I see. This is very off-centered. That was a big problem. But I was doing my best to try and line it up on the buildings themselves. Took a little break here. This is when I tried it again. I moved it over a bit to see if that would maybe turning it around a little, trying to get it to work. I was doing my best to line up the actual heights of the bridges, rather than their position on the buildings, because I'm not that meticulous. I'm never gonna get there. As the bridge limit. Push it out a little bit, adjust it. We get there. Don't worry, we get there. Yeah, so this is about where I started to really adjust things. But I was pretty happy with where it got. I was kind of appreciating it here for a minute, as you do. And then came the pond. Oh man, this took me so long, and I still don't have ducks in it. That duck there, short-lived, and I was so sad. I kept trying to bring him back, but as soon as I accidentally did those paths, I'm pretty sure it's the paths that got him, he disappeared, and I was so sad. But I wanted the paths to kind of wrap around themselves and add a lot of trees. I like putting terrain in here, so I put some hills in the back there to play around with that. Bit of height. Duck's still there. He's still hanging about. I was so sad when he disappeared. He's still there. He was there for so much longer than I thought, actually. I was also pretty amused by this sheep that was definitely stuck. If you terraform around them, they actually have little umbrellas that pop up, which is really cute. But yeah, basically I'm just trying to make the towers look a little bit more funky here. Adding different shapes and parts of the building, trying to do different things with the balconies and yeah, try and make them look a little bit more unique. Yeah, I really liked the outhouse of the other one, so I tried to do that here. Yeah, and try and make a kitchen servant area again. You can still see the duck. I love that duck. I'm so sad he disappeared. I don't actually know. I don't think I realized why he disappeared. That's alright. I'm sure we'll see it soon. But yeah, here I'm just kind of adjusting it to make sure that it's where I want it to be. I really like the idea of having two chimneys here. I don't know, it just looks really cool. Yeah, and then I thought about a third, but didn't. Here we go. This is where he disappears, I think. I was like, oh no, there's too much pond. And then there was two ducks. I was so excited about that. I left it there for a minute, putting a lot of bushes to make it all pretty. Admittedly, I'm really bad at sticking to one task, so I started doing terrain, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm decorating. I better go back to decorating. Mind you, the entire time I'm waffling, so I'm trying to entertain stream, but also building at the same time. So I was having an active conversation during this. But it's fine, that's just the nature of things. I still think it turned out really well. I realized that the colors here were a little off, so I spent quite a while fixing that. But I really like the rectangle at the first door, so I tried to bring that back everywhere I could. Try and match the towers as much as possible in places that made sense. I like these windows. The orange is really pretty at night. Always gonna have the lanterns around. It's mostly because of the sound, it isn't actually for any function. Back again with the banners. I love the banners. As you can tell. I go really, really crazy with the banners. Yeah, by the time I'm recording this voiceover, they've made an update to the ProcGen, which I'm really, really excited about. I think there's a little bit more customization, so I'm gonna have to go back and play this soon. Oh man, this took me so long to get the banners working how I wanted. I wanted them to do that, and it took ages. So annoyed about that, but it is what it is. Yeah. Bit of scooting around. I like the little arch doors, really cute. I think they added more props that you can put in that isn't ProcGen. Here we go, this is the final build. I really liked this. It was really cool. yeah, in the end, it turned out quite nice, I think. But yeah, I think in the new update, they have finally kind of added the ability to put props where you wanted. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and yeah, we'll see you next time.